The background isn't big enough to fit this because, well, these are only the new ones I've just bought. Anyways, something different. Usually, if I do a F1 review, it's the 143s. However, we have some mini GT F1 164s, which are $26 each because, you know, F1 inflation. I could put my name on, I could just put F1 on my name and my value would increase by at least 10%. So, yeah, could have bought some other, like, IMSA cars, but don't really want to get into that right now. So instead of bringing it to we're gonna do a little double review with the 2023 McLaren F1 cars from the Japanese Grand Prix. That's just a different livery they had for that race. Also kind of fitting that probably by the release date, Lando Norris probably won the championship because Piastri sucks now. Yeah, but McLaren definitely won that championship. If Verstappen wins, then this is kind of awkward. I'm recording this on November 15th, just to clarify. So yep, let's get these cars out of the box. I don't know how I'm going to get it out of the box, but I'm sure there's an easy way. I might have to do the green light method. Yeah, I'm going to have to do the green light method. Alright, so here they are. Yeah, let's just get started, I guess. I wish I had either the cheap Hot Wheels or the premium Hot Wheel cars with me. Actually, I don't have any of the premium Hot Wheels because they're just not available in Canada, so... Well, specifically only my Walmart, of course. So, here's the boxes. Each one is the same. Nice little driver photo, or not driver photo, car photo. Information what the car or track is, race it ran. Very similar to the IXO boxes that we get. I'm gonna guess there's a plastic thing there as well to store the 164. So yeah, very, very similar to the current 164s for IndyCar. So let's get these out of their little casing. And here you go. Wow, this is weird. This is definitely weird. I don't even know how I want to like do this. They feel very fragile. Like very, very, very fragile. Guess we can take a look at the sponsors. Both cars are the same. So take a look at Norris here. On the front nose, you have Hilton, number 4. That's going to be a big day of focus. Alira, Dell Technologies, Verbex, CNBC, OKX. I think there's a Cisco sponsorship there. Chrome, Smart Shop, or Smart Sheet, FX Pro. On the left and right sides, you've got DP World, Richard Mille, OKX, DeWalt, Cost. So hard to hold this thing. Rent a Jet, you know, because that's everyone wants to rent a jet. OKX, Cisco, Cadence, Chrome, Aero, Tezos. That's more OKX logo looking thing there. The number 4. OKX, Accelerating Web 3. I've only studied Web 2, geez. OKX, Hilton, and on the rear end you got the Dark Trace logo. So yes, a very detailed, for a 164 especially. This is why it's so much money. I wish it wasn't. The underbody's a little lackluster, I feel, but who cares? Yes, very even like little things. The DRS holder back there on the rear wing. No real shark fin on this car, which is kind of surprising. Hard tires for both of these cars. Yes, I don't know if this is when they finish the race with the hard tire. Don't know. From what I can tell, these are also just like normal standard releases from that race. It's not like an actual race version. I don't see any sort of scuff marks, or I guess it's kind of, you don't really get many scuff marks in F1, but any like rubber debris or anything. So basically just a standard paint scheme with a driver helmet from that race and the paint scheme, or the livery, of course, that they ran. So yes, very detailed though. The only comparison we really have is, I think it's only a Lando I have with this one. Yeah, this is a 2024 143, I think. Thank you, Barago. So if you kind of take a look here. Oh, come on, get up. There we go. Yes, obviously, like, paint scheme is going to be different because it's a different year, but it's very similar in detail. Obviously, it's easier to do with a 143 versus a 164, but yeah, you can still see all the little minor stuff. I'd actually say the 164 is even more detailed. I believe it is touching the rear wing. Well, the rear wing's a little loosey. A little loosey-goosey. I just want to see if the rear wing holder is actually touching. And I can't really tell. I don't... maybe it is. Well, let me take a look at this. It's either really close to touching or it is touching. I'm going to say it is touching. But it's not on the 143. Of course, it's pretty cheap. It's like 16 bucks for one of these. So, ooh, can't be doing that. But yeah, you can see clear differences, kind of. Even you can kind of see even all the side pod designs, which is pretty cool. I think the 143 does a better job with that, of course, because you can actually see it. It's just hard to see with the 164s. So they're pretty nice to have, though. Like I know it's pretty crazy expensive. I kind of want to get just the McLaren ones now, just to kind of compare those with the premium Hot Wheel ones and kind of see what the comparisons are with that and the price range there. I would assume they're pretty different, but I'd also like to see just how different the 164 scale cars are, because different brands maybe will have different measurements or whatnot. So that'd be kind of interesting to look at, but hopefully that happens at one point or another. Of course, these cars are basically going to be the exact same. Only noticeable difference here, of course, is the number, the driver helmet. I don't think the driver's suit is in. Oh, maybe it is. I think it is. And the wheels there. So, yeah, even detailed very much on the inside, which is crazy for a 164, actually. I'm not saying Lionel needs to do this because I don't really want to spend 25 bucks on a single 164. But F1, I will suffer the consequences sometimes. Otherwise, though, pretty much exact same cars, just basically number and the driver itself. Sometimes maybe they'd be a little logo or something, but it doesn't look like that. Even on the back. Actually, notice also because Lando is the primary driver. I think he's always been since Oscar's joined McLaren. Camera pod, of course, lead driver gets the yellow camera pod. Oscar doesn't have that, so he just has the standard black camera pod there. If I could show it. There you go. I think that's another... I don't know if there's any other differences for lead driver. I think it's only the camera pod, though. For... I don't know what reasons they do that. But even, like, the rear end is very well detailed. I wish I had some IndyCar or anything compared to. This little kind of clear bit is for the battery recharge, and I believe it also does that. It also flashes for the whenever it's a wet race. I believe they also do it on the back sides of the rear wing. I just don't see where that would be on this car, but definitely on the rear. I don't even know what you would call that. I guess you can just call it the rear end. But yeah, the detail on this is crazy, man. That is wild. So if you want to spend $26 Canadian, which is 16 USD, I did the conversion earlier, it's kind of crazy. Pick these up if you can. I got this at Toronto Motorsports. I just was driving past it the other day and I decided to check it out. They didn't have any IndyCar stuff because they sell out well before even like Markham, or well, it was Toronto, now it's Markham, race happens. So glad I got that stuff beforehand. But yeah, nice little video to get. You know, it's nice. Hopefully by recording this, Oscar Piastri is now the F1 World Champion. I doubt that though. So with that being said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.